صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد كما تحب وترضى له. Praise be to Almighty Allah Jalla Shanuhu, and glories be to Him, our Lord, our Creator, and our Sustainer. And countless blessings and peace be upon our noble leader, our beloved Nabi Muhammad Mustafa Ahmad Mustafa Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi wa Sallam. My dear respected brothers and sisters, life overall is not an easy journey, and we keep experiencing ups and downs in our life. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes not. Sometimes we are prosperous, sometimes we can face hard times. In both ways, a believer always maintains a good reputation in the sight of Almighty Allah. Reputation of a believer in case of hardships is to maintain sabr and patience, and in case of prosperity, shukr, thanks and gratitude to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So mu'min, a believer, always practice these two qualities, attributes in his or her personality. When we are going through hard times, we should not lose our hope. Inna ma'al usri yusra. After hardships is always ease. Allah promised this in the Holy Quran. And we should take full benefit of the time when we are prosperous, when we have enough resources to do good things before anything happens. This is one of the hadiths of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in which he has said that take advantage of your good time before you face hardships in your life. If you are rich, take full benefit of it under the guidance of Islam. And spend it on your welfare of your family and community, and all good ways which are recommended in our deen. My dear brothers and sisters, we can remember in our life both hard times and happy times. We can recall to our memories the hardships we may have faced in our past, or our parents and forefathers faced. Everything is clear to us. We should not forget that. I want to share a story from the life of Sahaba Kiram. Abdul Rahman ibn Auf radiallahu ta'ala anhu, one of the evening after fasting, he had full meal in front of him, and when he had a look at the food, a lot of food, he started to cry. And when people close to him asked him why he is crying, it's time to break fast and you have food and everything, he said, I am thinking about my friends, other Sahaba Kiram, who migrated from Mecca to Medina. They left their businesses, their families, and a luxurious, prosperous life just for sake of Allah and Rasul, and came to Medina with nothing. Came as strangers and poor people depending on the locals of Medina. And in the beginning it was very difficult for the believers in Makkah as well as in Medina. But after that he said, many of my friends Sahaba left this world without having a day or an opportunity to have a bellyful meal. Right? Those hard days for the believers of Islam in Medina. He said people left everything, a life full of luxuries and happiness, migrated for sake of Allah and Rasul. And they were not even able to have a bellyful meal. And they left this world. Then he said, today, seeing all this in front of me, I am feeling that it's not like Allah has given us the reward of our sacrifices right here in this world, when Allah has given us so much. Is it like Allah wants to reward us in this world and we got the fruits of our hardships and sacrifices right in this world? And that is a real story. He said Mus'ab bin Umair radiallahu ta'ala, one of these Sahabi, Mus'ab ibn Umair. This Sahabi had a resemblance to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was like look-alike of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was sent as a muballigh, preacher, to preach the people and teach them before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated to Medina. He belonged to a rich family and always used to wear imported dresses, very expensive, imported garments of that time. 200 dinar in gold coin. And his clothes used to come from Yemen, used to wear exotic brands. And he used to wear perfume, ether, that after he dress up and use that ether and pass through a street, the whole street would get flooded with the sweet aroma. And he accepted Islam with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, migrated. And Abdul Rahman bin Auf says that when he was martyred in Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, he was martyred in Battle of Uhud, the second battle between Muslims and the Kuffars of Makkah. We want to shroud him. And there was only one sheet of cloth available to give him shroud and to prepare him for burial. When we tried to cover him, we spread the cloth over him. If we want to cover the head, the feet would get naked. If we try to cover the feet, the head would get uncovered. We came to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we mentioned this situation to him. He said, cover his head and put some grass on his feet. And this is how Mus'ab bin Umair, very much beloved Sahabi of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was buried. Same was the situation of Sayyidina Hamza, uncle of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who also was martyred in the Battle of Uhud. His shroud and coffin was also only which could cover either his head or the feet. And Abdul Rahman bin Auf started to cry. And he cried so much, recalling those Sahaba who died facing hardships, that he forgot his meal, his dinner. He was fasting, but when he got so emotional and he thought of those who died without eating a bellyful meal, he forgot to eat. My dear brothers and sisters, We should never forget our hard times if we are prospered today. And we should never lose hope if we are facing hardships today. But especially never forget a time when you or your family was very humble. And always look at the people who are less fortunate than you. This will keep you a grateful servant to Almighty Allah. Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam said in this hadith that every time you see someone who is better off than you, who has a better house, better car, better lifestyle, and bigger businesses, more resources, you may start to think ungrateful. You may start to think, God has given me nothing. Allah has forgotten me. Allah has forsaken me. You may start to think, and this is what usually happens. This is common and very common way of thinking of the people. When they see someone better than them, they start to say ungrateful statements. Nabi Kareem alayhi salam had given a solution to this bad way of thinking. He said, if you see someone better than you, look to someone who is less fortunate than you. And this will keep you on the track of shukr. You will be grateful to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what you have. Shaykh Sa'di, rahimahullah ta'ala, one of the great scholar, wise man, left rich legacy of literature and wisdom in form of many books. He mentioned his experience in one of his books called Gulistan. He says one day he wanted to reach to the central mosque of Damascus, and he had to walk. His time is centuries back when he lived. So there was not time of paved road and taxis, and he was walking to the masjid barefooted. Sun is hot and the ground is burning with the heat, but he had to reach to the masjid. He did not say anything, just started to think. And a thought come to his mind, my Allah, you have not given me at least to buy a pair of shoes or slippers. I am so poor. My God, you kept me so poor that I can't even afford. I don't have even a pair of shoes. You have given people so much. So he's just thinking and kept walking. Well, these people are very special and chosen people. Allah wanted to teach him a lesson. So when he reached close to the central place of the city, close to the mosque he wanted to reach, he saw a man who had no feet, no legs, and he was dragging himself on the ground, crawling to reach wherever he had to reach. His eyes got filled with tears, and he started to seek forgiveness, istighfar. Ya Allah, forgive me. I started to think very ungrateful. At least I am better than this man. At least I have my legs and my foot, I can stand on and walk. This person don't have even the foot. So always, you always are better than some others. Always. Never say that I am, the lowest one, the most forgotten one by the Lord. No. You would always have some people who are less fortunate than us. And there are some people, some brothers who are very prosperous today. But sometimes they share the stories of their humble beginning. They don't forget. And I like people who speak reality. Sometimes people want to just say, Pedram Sultan Bu. This is a quote in Farsi language. Pedram Sultan Bu. I'm rich today, so they want to say I'm rich from generations. They lie most of the time, right? Most of the time they lie, they want to say Pedram Sultan Bu. My father was a sultan, and I'm Sultan ibn Sultan. But those people who remember their humble beginning, they are the genuine people. And I know some friends right here, sitting in front of me, I won't call name. They have told me the story of their hardships and humble beginning. How hard it was for them to go to school, to buy the books and stationery, and cover the expenditures of education. How the parents used to work hard. You know all of that. The people used to work in Karani, or they used to work, some agriculture, farming work, making cents and small money. And today, if you are enjoying the fruits and benefits of your hard work, or if Allah gifted you with prosperity, always be grateful to Almighty Allah Jalla Sha'nuhu. I remember something similar to it in my life. I was about a young adult, right? 13, so. And one day I want to reach to the masjid. Allah knows that's best from the beginning of primary school. I had love for masjid and love for deen, right? So just I remember when I shared this incident, I would like to share it with you. And I had the same situation that I didn't have slippers. So I want to reach to the masjid. I don't want to miss the masjid, right? And place where I had to come from, I could not borrow anything. It was like a farmhouse outside the village. And Maulvi Sahib used to teach us after Zohar. And I did not agree that I should take a day off today. And hot summer, and I was walking to the masjid. So I would walk a few steps, and when I see my feet are burning, I would run and stand up on some grass. And then walk a few steps. I can't forget that day. Wow. But all that was going through my mind. I want to show love to the masjid. I want to show love to Quran. And I don't want to miss my Quranic lessons. There could be many reasons that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted me with this bliss to be an Imam, Mufti, or Maulana. There could be many reasons. This is one of the stories which always reminds me, maybe because of that little sacrifice I made on that day. Allah liked that. And Allah gifted me with the knowledge of Islam and Quran, especially Quran. Because I was going to learn Quran. And now we have many classes, many Maulanas and Qaris willing to teach. But now people are not showing that interest. When you come to learn Deen, when you come to learn Quran, we can't tell you will get a certificate after which you can do a big business, open a business, and that will help you in your business. We can't tell you can get a degree after you are able to recite Quran properly. Then after you have this degree, you can get best of the jobs. But I can assure you, remember, when you make a little effort, a sacrifice for sake of Almighty Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never keeps or sends to vain the good amal and action and sacrifice that people make. to please Him. And I tell this example, like, if you are a person, a man of a great character, right? Somebody who have self-respect and manners and values and principles. I'm talking about such people. If you do something good to them, would they forget? I'm talking about the well-mannered people, the people of principle. You will never forget. If you do something good for them, you will never forget. What do you think about Allah? Who has power over everything? Who owns the treasures of world and heaven? Do a little sacrifice to please Him. He will never disappoint you. He will never forget you. And He will never rob you of the wage of your hard work to do for Him. Never ever. All we need to do is develop our faith. So my dear brothers and sisters, let's be among the grateful servants of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let's be Shakireen, the grateful ones, or Sabirin, the patient.